Joshua Anderson was a kid with an erratic personality, so he had no issues using violence to get even. It all started early as at 16 he was accused of shooting someone, but somehow the warrant was recalled after a month. A year later, Josh was arrested on kidnapping and battery charges. He agreed to a plea bargain so he could be released in 3 months. A month after that, he was charged with shooting another person, but the case was dropped due to a lack of witnesses coming forward. Josh had a reputation as a neighborhood bully, striking fear into many of the residents in town. But soon, his violent behavior would escalate higher than anyone could have imagined. Welcome to History's Biggest Villains. Joshua Anderson was born June 17, 1987 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Other than that, not much is really known about his childhood. As a teen with an undiagnosed mental illness, Josh couldn't control his emotions. He frequently beat up people around his neighborhood and robbed them as well. At age 16, he was charged with attempted murder when he shot someone, but the warrant was recalled after a month. 3 days before his 18th birthday, he was charged with kidnapping, battery, domestic assault, and concealing stolen property. He agreed to plead guilty to the kidnapping and assault charges, but the stolen property charge was dropped. Josh would serve 3 months in jail. A month after his release, he was arrested for shooting another person, but the charge was dismissed after the witness initially failed to show up. Then he later changed his testimony. Josh and his brother AC shared a house in Tulsa in an area rampant with drugs and gang activity. On November 5th, 2006, Evaristo Tovias was roaming the streets looking for drugs. He stumbled upon the two brothers as an argument between him and AC led to him getting jumped by the two. Joshua then pulled out a double-barreled shotgun and shot Evaristo in the face, killing him. He then stole a knife from the body and fled the scene. On January 23, 2007, Joshua and AC were walking with 30-year-old Christopher Madero as they were meeting with a drug dealer. On the way there, an argument broke out and Madero grabbed an ice pick. Josh pulled out his .22 caliber revolver and shot Christopher to death before robbing him of $3. Later that day, at a store in front of several witnesses, he shot 26-year-old David Gilbert to death for revenge about a fight they had earlier. Joshua would never be charged for this murder due to a lack of witnesses coming forward. On February 2, 2007, AC told Joshua that 52-year-old Herbert Hobbs was flashing a large amount of money in a store, and the two set out to rob him. They knocked on the door, and when Herbert answered, Joshua put a gun to his face and walked him back into his house. Herbert was living with his 69-year-old mother, Rosemary. Joshua tied up both of them and ransacked the house, only finding $300 before leaving. He then returned after remembering that the two victims had seen his face. He threatened the two at gunpoint, forcing the mother and son to have sex with each other before shooting them to death. Josh then ate a piece of Rosemary's brain before dousing the house in gasoline and setting it ablaze. Joshua had been wanted for a rape he committed back in November 2006, so he was arrested a few hours after he killed the Hobbses. Joshua was quickly connected to the recent string of murders and was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder, first-degree arson, and assault and battery with a deadly weapon. The police showed Joshua a tape of AC blaming him for the murders, so he confessed, giving details only the killer would know. But because he was mentally disabled, the death penalty wasn't on the table and he would be tried separately for each murder. His trial for the Hobbs' murder began on October 22, 2008. His attorney argued that there was no physical evidence linking his client to the murders. He also said that there was no evidence to prove that the house fire was arson, even though firefighters reported smelling gasoline at the scene. After 2 hours of deliberation, the jury found Joshua guilty on all charges. He was given 2 life sentences plus 25 years for arson. In December of that year, he pled guilty to the murder of Tovias and Madero, along with assault with a deadly weapon. He was given 2 more life sentences plus 10 years. Now 37 years old, he's serving his sentence at the Lark Center in Lexington, Oklahoma. AC was not charged with any of the crimes that Josh was accused of. However, he was later indicted in northern Oklahoma on an ammunition possession charge and was held without bond. How did AC not get charged with anything? Because I know he was there with Josh when he was doing this stuff. Bruh, I don't know. I feel like he was definitely a drug addict. Like this dude, he had to be some type of drug addict. You kill someone and then you eat their brain. You're not all the way there mentally. You're definitely not. Like there was no reason for him to even go out and kill people. He just did it because he wanted to. I hope you liked this story, man. If you did, hit that subscribe button, man. Thank you for all the support. I really appreciate you guys. Please be safe, stay on the grind, have a great day. I'm out. Peace.